Dear Diary, you can't talk about some things until you've been through some things. Why the sunglasses? Well, my oldest brother, passed away last night at about 11:30. It was a shock. It was a shock to all of us, and I like to bring reality into what I do. Right now I'm in a lot of pain, but I learned something and I want to share it with you. My brother and I are very close. My big brother's always been very close to me. So 7 years ago, when he was in a car accident, which left him an incomplete quadriplegic, it wasn't odd for me to be the person to step up and become very, 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 very close to him and do a lot of things for him and be that go-to person in his life to do as much as I can to make sure he had what he needed when he needed it as best I could. Sometimes I overdid it. Anyway, with that, sometimes we hold on to things. We hold on to people. We hold on when we need to let people be free. We need to let them be free. My brother said to me, his name is Kevin, he said to me years ago, just after the accident, you know, being in this body feels like being in prison. And that's his reality. That was to him. And you have to respect how people feel. And I constantly tried to make him okay with his circumstances. I tried to make him accept his circumstances and be okay with that. But that's how he felt. And I needed to respect that. He was fine a week ago. He was fine 2 weeks ago. And this week, all of a sudden, everything went wrong, such that his lungs kept filling up with fluid. That wasn't expected. So when I went by the hospital yesterday and saw someone who I'd just seen the day before or the day before that, who did not look like that, and he looked like someone else, like, you know, I'm a registered nurse. So when I saw him and he looked like a sick patient that didn't look very hopeful yesterday, that when I spoke with the nurse that had him, it wasn't good to me, in my opinion. But I left there trying to hold on to something. I didn't want to accept anything. I didn't want to accept it. And what I learned is we have to release and let go. Because now I can tell you he is free. Now I can tell you he can walk again. Now I can tell you he's fine. Now I can tell you I know he's happy because I could feel it. And when I saw him last night and I saw his, what used to be him, I could tell you after I, emotionally expressed myself, I emotionally expressed myself in a positive way. And that I could see his freedom because he was no longer caught up in that shell. He was free. And I understood finally what he was telling me. I got it. And so sometimes you have to let people go. And I don't mean this just in a circumstance of someone passing away. I mean in life, we have to let people go sometimes. We have to let them live their lives. Sometimes parents have to do that with their children when they want to go away to college versus stay home. With making decisions about things they want to do in high school, which sport they want to play versus not playing sports at all. Just different things. We have to let people grow up. We have to let people make decisions. We have to let them go. Sometimes you're in a relationship that's just not your relationship. So you have to get that train out of your station because it's not your train. And if you have that train in your station, I've talked about this to some friends before, then how can your train back up in your station if you're blocking it with some other train? So sometimes you have to let people be free. And I learned that with my brother. I saw it with my own eyes. And I say that to you. Let people be free. Who am I? I'm Dawn Grace Jones. I'm a registered nurse and I'm an attorney here in South Florida. And I care. You take care. Have a great week. God bless.